Hello, fabulous fifth graders who are being missed by their fifth grade teachers extremely. Today's lesson is going to extend a little bit what Mr. Bessie did with surface area of rectangular prisms. We're going to talk about a very specific rectangular prism today. Here is the shape of it. What is the shape of this?
Cube.
This is a cube, that is correct. What are the characteristics of a cube that make this a special rectangular prism?
All 6 of the faces are the same.
That is correct. All 6 sides, all 6 faces of this rectangular prism in a cube are the same. All right, so let's take a look at the example up on the board here, and they are asking us to find the surface area of a cube. And we know in this picture that it is a cube, all right, because if you look at each side of this, they all have the measurement of 8 inches on it. All right, and just a reminder, when we're finding surface area, you're just finding the area, the length times the width of one side. All right, so if we go back to the board here, all right, here is the length of this side is 8, and the width of this side is 8. What is 8 times 8?
64.
8 times 8 is 64. And now we know a rectangular prism in the shape of a cube has 6 faces, and they are all going to be the exact same measurement. All 6 sides are going to be 64 square inches. So if we know that, what's the second step of finding the surface area of a cube?
Multiply by
By
6.
That is correct. Whatever the one side is, all right, you simply take that number and you multiply it by 6. How much is 6 times 4?
24.
Put down the 4, carry the 2. 6 times 6 is
36.
plus 2 more is
38.
So the surface area of the cube shown up on the smartboard is 384 square inches. Awesome. All right, now we're going to quickly review, all right, the lesson that Mr. Bessie taught, and that was the surface area on a rectangular prism that is not a cube. All right, and we can tell that in our picture here, this one is not a cube because the measurements on each side are not the same. All right, so how we can do this, as Mr. Bessie said, all right, you take one of the faces. We're going to start with this one right here. And we know the length of this is 6 meters and the width of it is 1 meter. What is 6 times 1?
6.
6 times 1 is 6. And if this side of it is 6, then the opposite side of it is also 6. So we can just add that together. 6 plus 6 is
12.
12. Excellent. Now we're going to move on to the side here. And the length of this side is
1.
1,
One.
and the length of this side is 1,
One.
and 1 times 1 is
One.
1. So the surface area of this side is 1 square meter. If this one is 1 square meter, then the one opposite of it is 1 square meter, and 1 plus 1 is 2. All right, and then the last one is this one here, and it doesn't have any measurements on it, but we know it because these are congruent. We've used that word a few times. All right, if this is 6 meters, this has to be 6 meters, and this is 6 meters. And if this is 1 here, then this side is 1 also. All right, so we can take the length times the width, and 6 times 1 is 6. And 6 plus, if the top is 6, that means the bottom side is also 6. 6 plus 6 is 12, and the last step is to simply add them together. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is
6.
and 1 plus 1 is 2. And so the surface area for this particular rectangular prism would be 26 square meters. Excellent. So we're going to review one more, all right, and that is the surface area of another cube, all right? And so the length and the width of each of these sides is what?
10.
10, okay? So we're going to find the area of one face, which would be 10 multiplied by 10, and that is
100.
100. And what is the second step of finding the surface area of a cube?
Multiply by 6 because there's 6 faces.
That is correct. Since a cube has 6 faces and they're all the same size, we can simply find the area of one side and then multiply it by 6. And 100 times 6 is 600. So the surface area of this cube is 600 square yards.